Oh, hi. I'm Dan. That's Jeff.
Hi.
We work at giantbomb.com. We are recording this the day after we did a 24-hour stream for the Giant Bombathon.
That's right.
I feel surprisingly alive after that.
I'm feeling good. There's a few effects here or there, but I still really like video games. That hasn't changed.
I do too, and there's something I wanted to show you before we were remote again.
Mm-hmm.
Something we talked about a lot on the Bombcast that we recorded near the end of a 24-hour marathon. Maybe we're more lucid now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good. I'm like, hey, I want to learn about a new thing.
Yeah, I think we had a good chat about the AYN Thor. We talked about it on the Bombcast. Check out the one from the Bombathon if you want to see that. But like, I figure we can actually sit here with the device and look at it a little bit here because him and I are both sickos about retro. That's what Jan knows. I'm sorry, we're supposed to say it by name, but the camera knows.
No, the camera knows.
The camera knows. I'm sorry, the camera knows. You can bleep that out. We are sickos.
Jan knows. Jan knows.
Oh, Jan knows. Jan. Okay, yes. Okay, Jan. What do we? We got the Ambernick SPs. We got the analog pockets. We got the Trim UI brick. All of these things.
It's a long list. Yes, I have multiple from many of those companies.
You've got Retroids. You've got we've referred to having drawers of these things.
Yes, I do have a drawer of unused ones, and I have a drawer of active ones. Yes.
And I will say, I also have that, and there are the ones, like, I feel like there's use case stuff.
Yep.
You know, the Trim UI brick is the one I do for, like, mostly older games, like 8 and 16-bit and portables, and those are the ones I'll, like, the Trim UI brick is one that is cheaper.
Yes.
I will throw into a bag or my pocket and not really worried about it getting knocked around or anything. But then there's stuff like the Steam Deck or the ROG Ally and stuff that's, like, way more expensive and, you know, bigger.
Big and bulky.
So you've got this. This is the AYN Thor. Obviously, this is a dual screen device. So first thing that comes to mind is obviously, look at this. Look at this. This is a wallpaper pack I got. The DS and the 3DS. These are obviously the first things you would think of with the dual screen, but it's not just that. It is pretty much everything you could imagine. I would say the highest I've gone up to is PS2 and GameCube, with Dolphin for GameCube. I have heard it goes, PS3, 360, things like that. I have not tested that specifically, but everything I have tested on this has been fantastic. It's got the two OLED screens, just looks beautiful. Touchscreen on both of these. It is Android based. So, I think Grubb, maybe the thing that makes the most sense to start with is the obvious use case of the dual screen.
Yeah, let's do it. And just real quickly, you were talking about it runs everything. My understanding is it has like one of the more powerful mobile chips you can get in a device for any kind of device right now. Yeah,
you have way more like on the technical know-how about the chips and stuff like that. It's Snapdragon. It's one of the newer.
Right. Yeah, and I stopped keeping track of the exact ones. I kind of need to know like what generation. It's like one of the most recent ones, one of the more powerful ones. But yeah, Snapdragon with all the bells and whistles. And it's like, PS3 is capable on here because of that. And there's super powerful Android tablets, super powerful Android phones. They're using all that same tech here, and then Android is a really popular operating system at this point. So I'm not surprised to see you have it set up super well because there's a ton of support for this kind of thing already before this device came out.
And important to say here too is that like I've always been an iPhone guy. I have not messed with a lot of Android devices. You have a lot more experience with Android. Yeah. This is the first one I've really spent time tinkering with. And it has not been difficult at all. In fact, it's been easier in a lot of ways, like dealing with like the ROG Xbox Ally lately. I've been talking a lot about the issues I've had with that and how complicated that is and all the Windows bullshit that kind of complicates things. This, I went to Joey's Retro Handhelds YouTube channel. Check it out. There's a setup guide that's like an hour 16. And I just sat there. I followed the entire thing step by step. Incredible job of explaining it. Retro Game Core.
Yeah, that's worth pointing out because it's like there are some devices that will come pre-configured with and like come with like an SD card filled with games. That probably wasn't the case here. Usually the Android devices, not always. Usually though, the Android devices don't come with that.
This did not. There were no ROMs loaded on this or anything, so your own backups and everything you will want to use for this. This is what I did, and it was very easy to set up. So again, two specific shout-outs that I used here, Retro Game Core and Joey's Retro Handhelds were great for this. So, okay, when I say DS, 3DS, what is, we didn't plan this ahead of time, what is legitimately the first thing you would want to test out?
Henry Hatsworth.
We'll see if I put that on here.
I'm pretty sure it's a DS game.
Okay, that's not ringing a bell, so I probably didn't, but if you see anything here you want to try.
Okay. Retro Game Challenge. Let's do that.
Okay, great. This is one. I think I reviewed this back in the day.
I love this game.
All right. So, loaded up Retro Achievements. I logged in with my account there, so you got that. I think I should just hand it to Grubb here.
Sure, yeah.
Yep.
And this is the original DS had the same size screen. I'm sure that's all configurable.
Yes, you can absolutely shrink this down because some games, like let's turn it down if it's too loud. Yep. you know, some games, like there's stuff like Yoshi's Island DS and stuff where like you do want to line up the bottom screen and top screen. I find that this doesn't matter at all. I'd rather have the bigger top screen. So, but you can easily adjust that stuff. So Grubb's gonna go in here. You're gonna adjust, you know, the lit analog sticks and all that stuff.
Oh, right, the coloring and with like the brightness
Yeah, you
and
can
stuff
just
like
turn
that.
it off if you want to, all that stuff.
Is that like right in the OS? Like, how do you do that?
That was in the OS.
Okay.
Yes. And so this is going to be your start button, the play button. Obviously, you can configure these things. This is like your select button.
Cool. Might not be skippable here. That's fun.
Oh, but okay, so I think I said R2 maybe?
Ooh.
This is like, you can just hold this to toggle, or tap, it's a toggle.
Okay, and that's fast forward?
Yeah, so if you've ever worked with emulators or
Yep.
anything, like you can do hold to fast forward, toggle to fast forward. So I think that's R2 on DS. So you're going to be working with things like RetroArch. You're going to be working with things like Dolphin, you know. But you can also get a front end that will just kind of load everything up properly.
One of the first things I really noticed is like the screen is like super sharp.
It looks incredible.
Yeah, I mean, looks OLED. It is OLED, right? I believe
It is, but it's like, is it like AM OLED or something? Is that something?
Yeah.
There were a couple letters ahead of it that I...
Yes, I can't remember exactly what it, but it's real OLED. That's real OLED. That's not like QLED or something like that. That's a real...
It wasn't QLED.
Yeah,
no.
it's a real OLED screen. So the blacks are really nice, really dark. Yeah.
It looks fantastic, yeah. So let's just get into the game here. You know, actually, I have some that have save states and stuff, so if you want to get right into it.
Let's do that.
Okay, so let me turn this off. So I believe this one, I would go here. I can go... You can just exit the game here, go back to my thing here. So let's go to like Link to the Past, or not Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So that is one of my favorites.
You're on DS? Do you have to go to 3DS to get to it?
You are smart. It's late. We've had some drinks. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, so this is the only game I gave a 10 out of 10 to a Game Informer. I love this game so much. So they're both touchscreens, so we can go here. Again, you're working with different emulators and stuff, so I have to remember, like, okay, so that's when we hit the back button. Go to save states, load state, quick save state.
And this is a game I try to, like, get running. I got it running on Steam Deck and was pretty happy with it, but it wasn't a perfect experience.
I mean, look at this,
and
though.
this looks fantastic.
And all of the touchscreen stuff works excellent.
Ooh.
I mean, all that stuff you want out of something like this is great. And if you worked with, I think this is running off Citra, you know, you can emulate Citra, and you can do stuff where, like, on one screen, you can set up the different layouts. You can make it so mouse control can do that. You can toggle. I think, do I have? Yep, L3. You can do a toggle if you want to, like, make the bottom screen.
That it's similar to, like, how Citra works on other devices, but the default layout, like, after the setup, it just did this automatically.
I just followed that Joey's Retro Handhelds thing, and it got it set up exactly like this. Took no time at all.
I think that's Android is one of the operating systems that understands dual monitors for emulators like this. This is not something that would be super easy to set up on like some of those Windows devices. Be a little bit more finicky.
Yeah. You can, you know, I set this to be, you know, quick save.
Right. Okay.
Do that basically. So obviously that's working great. Let's go try another like obvious 3DS game. Let's go down to close game. And I'll just real quick load up like Super Mario 3D Land.
Yeah,
got a save state for. These are the ones that, like, you know, I don't know if they're coming to Nintendo Switch Online. I don't know if we'll get to do that. So this is really a fantastic way to check them out. Let's go here.
Yeah, that looks incredibly I mean, the colors are super vibrant.
The screen
It's
is
awesome.
And obviously there's a lot of things you can do with actually like a base 3DS and stuff to kind of make it happen, but like just the actual look of this console and the screens is just kind of head and shoulders above everything.
Yeah, and it, you know, it's a premium priced device, but it's not like do you have the pricing off the top of your heads?
Not the top of my head, but there are four like tiers of it basically. This is the second highest one.
Okay.
You know, so there's the one this guy over here bought. Chuck bought the fancy one. Look at this fucker over here.
And he was like all in for like under $450 ish.
Is that right?
I saw the screen and I was like, whoa.
The screen's incredible. Here's a good example here. Let's load up a WarioWare Gold. I'm such a mark for WarioWare.
Yep, it's a great game.
And so here's something I did not even know. Like, you know, with this one, it has the three different, like, okay, so here's the touch was DS, it had the base GBA ones, and then it had the gyroscope stuff. So, like, let's just go into this here. And I went in, I didn't even configure, I don't think I did any gyroscope stuff. And I had no idea if it was going to react at all.
This is actually a huge thing about Android. Is it's the one thing where I can like reliably get the tilt stuff to work.
Yeah, and it's like, as you can see, I'm just tilting it.
I didn't play this game. I pulled not Tilt and Tumble, but there's one. It was WarioWare Twisted. I just played Twisted on my phone, and that was great because Android has that stuff in, and the emulator understands that. When I try on any other device, it just hasn't. So to see it working on here because it's Android,
works.
of course the chip just has a gyroscope in it, ready to go.
Also, while I'm thinking about it, there's also like kind of 3 levels of you can do this, where it's just like straight on. You can do this, which is kind of more the traditional, or then kind of that like laptop type mode there if you want to. So that's great. So you can see the gyroscope stuff works great.
So real quick, back to the price. Like seeing it, I think it looks worthy of that price. But performance, the screen, the feel, the build quality. If you had to pay upwards of $400 for like one of the higher end versions of these, you think? I mean, because this is as powerful as a very good Android tablet, and that's how much they run. They're usually actually more expensive than that. Like a Samsung tablet's like $500, $600.
Yeah,
you think this is fair?
That is something I always try to factor in because, like, they sent this to me for free,
right?
And so I have to think like, okay, if that were not the case, would I have spent this much? And man, with this one, I really think so. Like, this does everything I think I want a retro handheld to do. And another big thing is the size. I had the AYAN Flip DS, which on paper does a lot of the same things. As I can't help myself. I can't just do arcade mode. I always do 8 on 8.
Sure.
Anyway, but it's like twice the size, 4 times the finickiness, and twice the price. And so like I got that set up. It took me way longer to get that all set up, and then I just didn't like the final device nearly as much. And so this one, this I absolutely think I would spend this much. Like here's a great example. I get these things all the time. I show them to friends all the time, and usually it's just like, oh, that's cool, that's neat. This one, on this trip we have been here, I have had numerous people that are in this Airbnb currently have purchased this. Okay, we got Jan, we got Chuck, Grubb. I know you're probably getting one of these.
I am, yeah.
I mean, Bachelor, but I think maybe our entire team is buying this after spending time with this. Which one of the things that really sold Minotti on it was, check this out. I'm going to die here, so don't worry about that. Let's watch, what do we want here? Look how quick it was to just go into this. Oh, yeah, okay, let's go into Austin Powers here. And like, look at this. This is just, and check this out. So go into here. If I want to just hear Austin Powers and not hear, watch this top screen. I'll bring this down a little bit.
Wow,
Bring up the movie.
That just is so simple.
Yep.
I didn't know about this. Okay. I've been like holding off, like looking at the device because we knew we were doing this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had some like questions, but I wouldn't even have thought of that. I've been like, yeah, that's probably gonna be finicky. That was way easier than I was expecting.
I literally just tapped that. Yeah.
Okay. But one thing, when you were just playing the game and the bottom screen wasn't playing a video.
Okay, so it's getting loud.
Yeah.
Yes, when I was just playing it. Yeah.
The apps down there, I found that just a little bit like, I don't know, distracting or cheap looking. Is there a way to like turn the screen off, put it in sleep mode, or maybe have a screensaver come? Oh, okay. That was like before I was done asking the question. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You literally, so you hit the AYN button. So
I'm trying to sneeze.
you can literally hit, what's that?
I'm sneezing.
Chuck sneezing, get it. Zoom in on that sneeze. Zoom in on that sneeze.
How dare you stand in front of us? It's gone.
Yeah, so literally you hit this button and you can hit only top screen and you can press anything to kind of like make it wake up.
Okay.
Or no, if you press that, it wakes it up. You could do only bottom screen. You can do whatever you want. You can make it so the movie's on the top. Let's see. The individual volume stuff is incredible. You can make the brightness individually or together. Let's see. Task, I think this brings me back to, okay, let me close this out.
So this is like an Android skin. Like this is their own software right here on top of Android, and it looks pretty lightweight.
Yeah, and you can do stuff where it's like, okay, 120 mode. If you're having trouble running stuff, you can bring it down to a 60 mode just with a tap of a button here. Okay. You can set all your performance. So auto lock is cool too. So like, well, this button here will it'll try to decide like, oh, you're trying to control the bottom screen or trying to control the top screen. 95% of the time, I'm just working on the top screen here. So what I can do is go here and say like, if I'm pressing buttons, I only care about this top screen. And that way you're never going to be messing around with the stuff on the bottom with the buttons. You can set the fan speed and things like that. I usually keep it on smart, just kind of go up or down as needed. But all your controls are going to be right here. You get the very specific FPS, the temperature, all this stuff right here. And again, I am not an Android guy. I don't have history with this. This has been such a seamless experience for me compared to like the AYAN Flip DS and other devices. So, okay, I've been rambling. What would you like to see? Ask questions. Let's see what you.
Let's see. Battery life. How's that been?
That has been awesome. There have been so many nights where I have like been doing a lot of stuff on this, and then I'll look and I mean, I think we're at 97 when I brought this down today,
Right.
and we've been running games, doing stuff for however long this video is, 95. I've only had this for a week or so, but I've been using it a lot. That has not dipped down, even like long sessions.
Android usually is for phones and tablets. When you go to close the clamshell, what's the behavior there?
So I've had some weirdness with that, where it's like I've had to ask you about that.
Yeah, and
because
I don't
like,
even have a good answer for what you've asked there. Yeah.
So if I shut it, I don't think that's, or maybe I have changed some stuff. Yes.
I mean, the
okay.
screen's definitely turning off the way an Android phone would turn off when you hit the button.
It did.
I wonder, like, is it putting it more to sleep? Because when you want your phone just to turn right on when you hit that button, unless you completely turn it off. I want something in between here. I want like a hibernate.
And that's what I changed it to. I went into the settings because
Okay.
I think it was just going into a sleep. Because there were times where I would just shut it and think that it was good, open it up the next morning and it's a 0.
Okay.
I have switched it to the hibernate thing literally last night since you told me about that. So TBD on that.
So so this does have a hibernate option. This does.
There's I did
Okay.
that through the Android settings, but there are also weird things where like last night I went to bed and I went to hibernate, I shut it, I put it down, I plugged it in to charge it, and I was laying in bed and I was like, what is that noise? And I realized like it was closed and like this sound.
Right. Okay.
I was like, what is going on here? So like I don't know if it was like
Right.
I mean, these are kind of like, these aren't sticking out really, so they shouldn't be,
Right.
it shouldn't be hitting that, but that was happening, and it wasn't until I like opened it up, I pressed this to kind of put it in a hibernate.
Okay. So maybe a little weird software bug, which okay.
But also, it's just those things like now I know, like, okay, let me just make sure that this is hibernating in a specific way, you know?
How do you feel about how do you feel about these recessed sticks?
Well, let me give you a game. What do you want to try? You want to just like load up on Mario 64?
Mario 64.
Yep, okay, yep, I know. All right, let's go.
And then while you're doing that, like the buttons overall, how have they felt for you? Like the inputs, like especially going from device to device. Like I was looking at this, like looks like it's made for a DS. They did choose the Nintendo layout there, didn't they?
It is, and like there's stuff like if I'm playing Contra or whatever, like a very D-pad centric game, you know, you got to get used to kind of this like
So you're gonna have
offset
to,
here.
You're gonna
you
have
know?
to pinch it. Yeah,
This
the
is how it
pinch-
is.
Yeah, right.
Go
To
to
do that
Mario
with the
64
Switch.
here. And then there's things too where it's like you have to remember based on like what, like if you're in a RetroArch based game, okay, so I can hold this is my hotkey and I can close it this way. Other ones like 3DS and stuff, I have to press this to go into the Citra thing and close the game.
Right, because it's
so you have to remember
not all one person making these like they're different emulators from different people for different things.
Yeah, and for instance, like I'm trying to remember right now, like how do I close this? Is it because, okay, I'm on top screen lock? Like what if I turned that off? If I went to auto lock, let them know I'm looking at this, and if I hit, will this close out? Yeah, so then I have to go back in here. It's just kind of those very specific things you got to remember. But like once you figure it out, it seems pretty easy to figure out. So let's say we're going.
It seems like elegant for as many things as it's doing. Like I don't know, it doesn't seem too cumbersome.
Like I'll turn off the bottom screen here. Don't need it for 64. Let's go into the library. Go into Mario 64. I think I set up. So this is RetroArch. So like all my hotkeys and stuff there. Can hold this. You know, save state, load state, stuff like that. Or did I load it up before? And okay. What happened there?
Okay, let's see.
Wait, dual screen display? Okay, I think I screwed up RetroArch because I think I opened up a second Mario 64.
Okay.
Let's see. Luminous, I got that. I'm in a luminous mood lately.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay, so that probably closed all the RetroArch things. So let's see if I had a... Oh, yeah. So I think it automatically puts in some hardcore state thing for retro achievements.
Oh,
I'll
right,
probably
yeah, it
need to
does.
turn that off. But here, I've got 3 stars on this one here. So, yeah, I mean, you know how this game feels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The stick takes a little bit to get used to, but I'm like already kind of feeling it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, like my thumb is like rubbing against the well there, but not in a way that feels uncomfortable.
No.
I just notice it.
Yeah. But ultimately, like, feels right. Like, the L1 and R1 are a little skinny up here. I prefer the L2 and R2s here, but I would not call them bad.
Yeah. And this is like, it's comfortable to hold, I think. Oh, did I hold down? Oh, okay. So my thumb did kind of wander over here.
So that there. So if that happened, then you occasionally need to go in here and just you're on auto lock. So now we're going to go top screen.
Right, okay.
So now nothing you touch down there should matter.
Okay, all right, great. Fantastic. Because that's something I find my thumb doing sometimes on some devices like this.
And just another more specific use case thing here. Let's say, okay, so my hotkey to close RetroArch is that. Let's say I want to do something where, let's just try this here. We'll go, if I wanted to play a movie up here, because this is more of a 16 by 9 kind of letter, for movies.
You're playing
and
a
stuff.
4x3 game, yeah.
Let's go. Is it widgets? That's interesting. Okay, so Only games. Okay, that's the problem. Okay.
There you go.
So let's say I want to do, we're going to do our Austin Powers up here.
So you just basically open the app up here.
Yep.
Okay.
Within the, it's like Daijisho or something, it's like the front loaders or the front end. And then I can go down here and I could open up Daijisho. So I can do all that stuff down here. If I want to play, like, let's say a Game Boy, which is more fitting to this screen, I'll go in here. Let's go to Donkey Kong.
Here, turn down the volume of that so we don't get DMCA'd.
Oh, yeah, good thinking. Again, we can do that by easily doing this. All right. And then that. Go down to like a Donkey Kong. I know I could open anything right now, but I open up Game Boy, and I'm just going to want to open up Donkey Kong.
That's right.
Let's go with that one, or one. So here, I'm just checking here. I only want to be controlling the bottoms. Oh, wait, nope, that was if I want to see it or not.
Yeah.
So I would go into settings. Yep, you're already getting it there.
I'm catching on, yeah.
Yep, okay. So now, that should be down here. Yeah. So you can just be playing, you can, download Spotify, YouTube stuff or whatever.
I mean, I honestly am thinking about using this device to play RPGs up here and having guides down there.
Oh, yeah. And that's in like the Joey's Retro Handheld stuff. They, playing Chrono Trigger up here, having guides down here that you're just kind of scrolling through, things like that.
Yeah.
It is just, this is fantastic. Give it a try here.
Yeah, please.
And did I set this one up to be analog too? Like if you wanted to, like some games are okay if you want to analog instead of D-pad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Oh, and that's retro achievement stuff down there, like the live tracker.
I held in a sneeze.
Thank you, Mike.
We're just blowing it out.
Before we close out, like anything else you want to see here or test?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of super impressed. I am gonna just go get one right now. I don't know. It's very cool. It feels good. You are happy with it, though.
I am happy with it as an understatement. I'm thrilled with it. I do think this is my go-to.
Right, yeah, because you've had a lot of these and you've enjoyed a lot of them. This is going to be like a daily use device.
I think it's going to be something like if I travel, it's going to be going with me. It is just, again, this is not the AYAN Flip DS where it's this huge thing. It is something where it is not difficult. I got normal-ass jeans on right now. Goes in there.
It looks like a little bit bigger than a DS Lite.
Yeah, it's more like akin to like a 3DS.
Yes.
But it is not something to throw in a bag and everything. Like, this has so much on it. And like, I'm sure I'm scratching the surface of what I can do with Android and things like that.
Yeah, you hit all the stuff I really care about. It's like, I'm sold on it.
Yeah. It's great. And by the way, I know you saw Cats in the Netflix thing here. That's for him. I don't want people to think I like the Cats movie.
I do.
He likes the Cats movie.
Release the butthole cut.
We have to bleep that now.
Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you could do freaky things. Let's play something up here and something down here. Like,
okay, yeah.
I don't know why you would ever do that,
Well,
but
Love on the Leash.
of course, and noobs.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yes. But no, this thing is fantastic. I love it. It is my go-to.
I'm really happy with just touching it for a few seconds, kind of getting a good idea of how it works. It seems great.
Yep, and they got different colors and everything. Ooh, they do have the rainbow one that has the Super Famicom buttons here and
that
everything.
does look, okay.
A little jealous of that one.
I
But
like the look of this one. This is great.
it's sharp as hell.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the AYN Thor. Big fan of it. This is not an advertisement. This is not. They sent it to me for free, but I would tell you if I didn't like this.
Everyone knows we're perverts for these things. So
We are perverts for this thing, and I am the most horny for this one. Jan knows. So yeah, that's it.
cool. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here too.